Hey guys, Nathan Brendan Masters. Now, I told you we would be doing some sketchbook reviews, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to review these from the ones that I've had the longest to the ones I'm just now getting, and we'll do it that way. And I'm just going to give you my opinion on these. Remember, these are not sketchbook tours, these are just reviews, and this is just going to be one by one. So each video will be a different sketchbook. And we'll start today with this one, which I think is a great start. This is the Canson Art 1 sketchbook. And I think this is a great one to start with because I don't see a lot of reviews for this. And this is a very nice sketchbook. I mean, for what it is, this is a beginner's sketchbook, what I would consider a beginner sketchbook. The paper is 100 GSM, it's 67 pounds. Like all the other sketchbook paper that I have, they're slightly better than that. It's, the Moleskine. The Moleskine is, it's a little bit thicker than this and a little bit smoother. So let's go with the pros. I would say it's a hardback sketchbook. That's nice. It opens up. It doesn't necessarily lay flat. I mean, you can lay it flat. You could do that. But you can handle it because it's hardback. You can just open it up and just kind of rest your hand there. I'm a lefty, so I can just rest my hand on that and keep it kind of open. Now, if you're right-handed, you might have to hold that down while you draw or something like that. So, or you might just have to do the dreaded, breaking of the binding. So that's, you might have to just pull it all the way back and snap that. But thing about it is the paper. I would say that it's not that much heavier than copy paper, but it'll handle pens, pencils, ink, wet media a little bit. You can't do a lot of wet media on here. Here's some inks. You see I put a lot of ink on here. It worked, but if you look at this, there's a page that's been pasted on here because this piece of art was pasted on there. So, but here's some more. Here's another place where I did a lot of ink. And, it's not a problem. It'll go on there. Okay. The only thing that you're worried about is warping the paper. And so far, that hasn't been an issue. But this is one thing that I did do some watercolors with. I used some watercolors with, and you can see it warps a little bit. So it does hold up as long as you don't do a lot, because you can actually see where the paper kind of started peeling off when you start putting too much, when I started putting too much water on it. So that is something to keep in mind. Like I said, I think this is more of a beginner sketchbook, and it's an inexpensive sketchbook. So if you're just getting into art and you don't have a lot of money, this is perfect. This falls under practical. You grab this, you get a lot of pages, decent pages. You can do a lot of art in it. You can have it for a while, and you can get a lot of them because they're inexpensive. The big one cost about $11. I saw it on Amazon for about $11, but I know they're not very expensive. As a matter of fact, a lot of these kind of starter journals or these kind of starter sketchbooks, they cost about $10, $11. You can get them in the art store. I know Blick makes one that's about the same, as far as paper and everything. You can grab these. These are quick to grab. They're inexpensive, and you can keep them around for a long time. This has 98 pages in it. A lot of times, depending on what kind of media you're using, you're not going to use the back. Like I drew this in Sharpie. So once you do something in Sharpie, that's done. Okay, so there's no backside once you do it in Sharpie, but it doesn't go through to the other side. I'm sure if you use alcohol marker or something like this, and I know this is kind of like a horrible sketch here, or a horrible piece of art here, but once you use alcohol marker or something like that, that's probably going to go on to the other page. So just to keep that from happening, just slide a piece of plastic or a piece of cardboard or something in there. Just another piece of paper in there so it doesn't go all the way through to the next page. So sometimes you can use the backside like this. This is backside of this. Other times, you're just gonna kind of be, you're just gonna have to skip to the next page. So, is this a recommend? I would say yes, especially at this size. Now, I'll be honest with you, me personally, and this is just a personal thing, I personally wouldn't buy one of these at the large size. Now, again, if you're just now getting into art or you just want an inexpensive sketchbook that you can carry around, it's got a lot of pages, this could be the one for you. But for me, I would want something with a little bit thicker pages. And I kind of like the Moleskine, even though the Moleskine's pages aren't that much thicker than this. They have a bit of a coating on them, and they're smooth. Now, this has a little bit of tooth to it, and that's not a problem. But for some of the things I want to do, I'd rather smooth pages because, like, some of my stuff I want to practice with my my G pen here. So I want to practice with this, and this thing is, put that there so you're not getting distracting shadow. The G pen, this is my deleter pen, and this thing is sharp, as you can tell, and like that will chew through lesser paper. So if you have a smooth coating on there, you can work with that. As a matter of fact, that's why I didn't really use that with my Rendar as well. My Pentalic and my Moleskine, I use that with those because it won't just go right through the paper. Paper holds up a little bit better. And it will work on here, but when you start actually getting into a lot of ink, that's going to go right through the paper. So this is a recommend, especially at this size, and especially if you don't have a lot of money. Pick one of these up. They're cheap. You can grab them on Amazon, eBay. Most art stores have them or have some version of them. The new version is something called the Canson 180. And I have to assume it's the same thing because it also has the 100 GSM 67-pound paper. The thing about it is it has like a little pullover clamp, and that's real nice. I might actually grab one of those when I'm done with this one. But I actually have a lot of art journals right now, so it will probably be in the future when I do that. And speaking of a lot of art journals, now I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I do. I did actually end up getting this. I gave my other one to my mom. She does some sketches and stuff to herself every once in a while. So I gave that to her, and I went ahead and got the Pentalic Traveler. And I got this. It's a story behind that because I didn't just get that one, and it's a lot happening there. So that's it, guys. Canson Art 1. If you're just looking to do sketches, you're not looking to do anything extravagant, you're not looking to do a lot of wet media or anything like that, this might be the one for you. This is the kind of stuff I do in it. This is Sharpie, ink. This is fine liner. This is fine liner, color pencil, and inks. So that's what I do. And you can kind of see it'll like show through a little bit, but it's if it's not doing this, if it's not bleeding through the back, it's fine. So you can draw, you can get that back and front, and you can have a lot of pages in your book if that's what you want. So, I do a lot of this kind of stuff, a lot of pencils, more color pencils. I'm trying to work on my color pencil stuff, this kind of stuff, What I did do, though, and this is kind of cool, I took my ink brush and I just went around the sides here and just colored all that black, so that it just makes the book look a lot cooler. So if you want to do that, something you can do too. And as you can see, it held up real well, So other than that, guys, that's it. That's my review of the Canson Art 1 sketchbook. So check it out. If this is something that interests you, you can find these on Amazon, or you can find them on eBay, I'm assuming art stores still carry them. If they don't carry this, they'll have the 180. They'll have some inexpensive Canson hardback sketchbook, because I saw some when I was in the art store the Friday. So I know that I know they have this or something similar to it in those stores. So other than that, you take it easy. Nathan Brendan Masters, Asta.
Don't look back, we're here to stay. A life we knew would come one day. And this is it, the borderline to where the future leaves us behind. The fire will burn.